What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. First things first, we bagged ourselves a couple of French League Team of the Seasons. We got one of them in a 7.5k upgrade pack. It was the goalkeeper, Lopez. A decent player, obviously not really going to be popped into my team at all, my full untradables team. We're actually going to look at the team a little bit more in detail at the very end after the gameplay. We've got lots of gameplay here for you guys today. I ended up playing 25 games of Foot Champs this weekend, most of them on Sunday. And although I'm going to basically spoil what happened, the gameplay is still definitely worth a watch. But it was a weird one for me because we started off doing very well, got to 10-0, got to 12-0, got to 12-1. 12-1, I lost the game. I actually probably deserved to lose it over the course of the 90 minutes, but I lost it after being in a winning position in the 90th minute and having possession of the ball in my goalkeeper's hands. And I still managed to throw it away. You'll see what happens there. So I went from 12-1 to 16-1, and then I fell apart. I went from 16-1 to 16-4, and was playing genuinely some of the worst FIFA I've ever played. I lost again. I lost one game to a guy who I actually probably deserved to lose to, and the game isn't in here. I didn't record any of it, and I actually missed out little chunks of games here and there and everywhere. So it's not really like a coherent set of players. We packed Tovan there as well. Huge pull out of that pack. Yeah, so I got to 16-1. I lost the game 4-3 in the 90th minute to the dumbest goal. But like, even though the guy probably deserved it because of the way I conceded, and in actuality I was actually 3-2 up in the 83rd minute. He scored from kickoff to make it 3-3, and then he scored it was like a weak foot shot from Firmino, and like my goalkeeper dived out the way, and I was so triggered at like conceding like that late that I let it impact my play, on top of the fact that I was like, 10 games deep in a row without a break. I was, I got triggered. I'd lost a game late, and again, like I say, I deserved to lose it. He was a really good player. He created a lot of good chances. He wasn't like a cheesy player. He wasn't playing anti-FIFA or anything of the sorts. And I slipped down to 16-2, and I took that into the next game and into the next game, and I started just playing I lost the next two games. I lost were to guys that, without disrespecting them, probably don't even finish in like silver 1 or gold 3, that sort of category. But because I was playing so angry and playing so triggered, I was just making silly mistakes. So when I went down to 16-4, I said to myself, I'm done. That was it. I only needed 15 wins for gold 3 monthly. I got to 15-1, 16-1, 16-4. I went and played some Fortnite with AA for a few hours, and then he said to me he's going to go and play. This is the game that I lost to the first loss. I think this is the game of. Skill said he's going to go and finish off his game. So I was like, you know what? Let me play another game or two here or there. So I went and logged back in, went 16-4, and I went all the way up to 21-4 in the space of about an hour. Won 5 on the trot, and it just got so late again, and I could feel myself deteriorating. In the final game that I won, I only won it on penalties after coming up against a guy who just wasn't even very good. And so I said to myself there, this is again the point in time where if I play another game, doesn't really matter who I match up against. My problem is going to be me and the fact that I'm tired and I'm playing like too much FIFA at once. And the small break that I actually took to play Fortnite was such a revelation to me, because I know people have said it many times before that, if you lose a game you feel was undeserved, or if you're playing triggered, or if you're playing too much, take a break, maybe get some energy, take some water, have a banana, or have some food, just go and do something else, take yourself away from that setting. And me being me, I'm like, how much difference can it really make? Well, it turns out it's relatively important and does make an alright difference, really. Just to talk you through this game before we get into the comments. So I went 3-0 down against this guy before I made changes. I got it back to 3-1. He ended up going up 4-1. And I wasn't necessarily resigned to losing, because I always believe in myself. Even when I'm 3, 4, 5 goals down, which I've been at times, I always believe that I have the opportunity to come back. And although this guy was quite clearly a very good player. You know, his team was insane. The way he played the game, he did the ball rolls, drag backs, heel to heel flicks. He knew about the goalkeeper kick out. He knew how to defend the goalkeeper kick out. So whenever I had the ball in my goalkeeper's hands, he would select one of his centre backs and just run it deep into the hole, so I couldn't punt it long with my goalkeeper. He was a really competent player. I pulled it back to 4-2, and within minutes I got it back to 4-3, and then immediately back to 4-4. And I was so happy. I was like, look, I played sick here. You know, I've really tried hard. I've fought well, and I've grinded myself back from 3-0 and 4-1 down. And I've got myself back to 4-4. I made a few tactical changes, changed formation, changed some personnel. You know, got really, really well back into the game. Bit lucky to get that second rebound, but I think Ronaldo really should be scoring that first shot. So we get it back to 4-4. Sadly, I conceded pretty quickly after 4-4. Not even 10 minutes gone. He goes down the left side with Max into Suarez. Suarez into Henry. Henry lays it back into Suarez. And if I was lucky with that Ronaldo goal, he was lucky with that Suarez goal. And that was 5-4. But 15 minutes to go, corner gets whipped in, Ronaldo heads that near post to score to make it 5-5. And then just a few minutes later, I scored to make it 6-5. And I didn't necessarily deserve to be 6-5 up. This guy definitely created more and better chances than me. And it was one of those games where everything I hit just seemed to turn to gold. Into the 90th minute, as you see here, guys, I've got the ball to Stegen. His goalkeeper is up. So I'm like, let me try and score with my goalkeeper. What a mistake. What a stupid mistake. There was no need to do that. I could have just held the ball, allowed the play to reset, 3 minutes of injury time, played a little bit of possession, and I would have seen this game out and I would have ended up winning 6-5. But no, I tried to be arrogant, I tried to be cocky, I tried to score with my goalkeeper, and it backfired. Not only did it backfire to go 6-6, it backfired in extra time as well because he ends up scoring to go 7-6 up. What a beautiful goal that was as well. Really, really clean goal. Great passing through my team. I'm using second man press too much. I know my mistakes. I just can't change it. I'm so much set in my ways. Next year, I'm going to focus really hard on something that Skills has said a lot. You know, focus really hard on just learning what's overpowered and adapting to it as quick as possible. Because this year, I learned what was overpowered and I adapted to a degree. But I know that contained defending is overpowered. I know that playing defensive counter-attack is overpowered. And I don't do either of those things. I don't use contained defending. You know, I actually just let I manually defend, and it's a problem. And so next year what I want to do is I want to make sure that I go into divisions and spam divisions for the first few weeks and make sure that I'm on top of what's overpowered. So I actually end up losing this game 9-8 of all score lines. Crazy, I know. Maldini breaking up forwards there. 9-8 into full time. As you'll see from the stats, if we actually go into the stats, 13 saves for my goalkeeper, 3 for his. You can see like he absolutely like created a lot of opportunities. He created double my chances, had more possession, better passing than me. Like, by all accounts, he deserved to win. But one thing that I didn't do, as I say, one thing that I didn't do that I wish I'd done is just manage the game better in the 90th minute. You know, I would have taken an undeserved victory against him, sure, but I gifted him the chance back into the game. And that was my fault, my stupidity, and my lesson learned, ultimately. Let's get into comments, though. Ibra Asmundsson says, what's up, Nepo? Hope you and the family are doing well, my G. I wanted to ask, do you think this World Cup mode is going to have different gameplay to the regular Ultimate Team, just like it was back in FIFA 14 World Cup mode? I mean, I can't answer that indefinitely. I don't know is the answer. I would hope it wouldn't be the same gameplay as this game. Like you said, in 2014, the gameplay was different in the World Cup game mode compared to the World Cup itself, so compared to FIFA Ultimate Team itself. I would hope that there are some changes and anomalies to this gameplay as well. So yeah, hopefully, dude, hopefully. Shamalia Galib says, where is the dedicated tutorial? As I said when I was made that video and such, what I would want to do first is find out whether or not it works in World Cup mode or not. If it does or doesn't, then I'll make the tutorial then. So probably over the next 3 or 4 days, dude. Barclays Premier League fan says, hey Nep, just a quick question. I know that Mertens was one of your favourite Team of the Season cards last year, and although you've said that you would be unsure of who would be replaced if there was a new addition into the team, would you consider buying him? Love the content, hope the fans will keep up the good work. Right now, as you'll see at the end of the video when we go into a live portion, I'm not considering buying anyone, and the reason being is because of the World Cup mode. And I don't know if the World Cup mode is going to be good, bad. I don't know if it's going to last long. I don't know if it's going to be a fad that only lasts a week. Like, I don't know. My biggest concern regarding the World Cup mode is that everybody's so stacked in coins already that everybody's just going to have every player within the World Cup mode within a few days or a week. And that would be a problem because that would dramatically reduce the longevity and replayability of the World Cup mode. With that being said, if the World Cup mode is great and we don't really come back to FIFA Ultimate Team, then I won't be playing it, I won't be changing it or anything of the sorts. If, however, the FIFA World Cup mode is either only good or not very good and doesn't have replayability, then I will be coming back to regular Ultimate Team and I'll be making changes to the squad that you're going to see at the end of the game, at the end of this video here. So, honestly, dude, the answer to your question is it depends on the World Cup mode. That's the honest truth. Daniel Blythe says, who else is just waiting for the World Cup mode to come out and has nothing to do? Me. So the reason why I picked that comment is because a lot of people obviously want to know when it comes out. Does it come out at midnight tonight? Does it come out before that? Well, no, actually, Corey from EA tweeted and said that it will be coming out probably not before 11 a.m. UTC, which is obviously Universal Central Time or whatever it is, and that is midday UK. So it's likely, he finds it to be very unlikely that it will be before that. So yeah, midday UK tomorrow, or maybe today, but if you're watching this on Tuesday, that's when it will come out and probably not before. Gabriel Gonzalez says, hey Neb, do you think cheap team of the season will go up in price? Again, dude, it dramatically depends on the World Cup mode. If the World Cup mode is good, enjoyable, replayable, people aren't going to come back to regular FUT. They're just not. There's no reason to. They're not going to do it. And so they'll continue to just sell players to get coins to dump into the World Cup mode. And it's going to completely continue to crash the market, whether it be gold cards, team of the season cards, icons, anything. They'll continue to get crashed time after time after time if the World Cup mode is good. If the World Cup mode is bad or doesn't have longevity, again, people will come back to FUT, they'll start buying up players again, and the prices will go up. I can't answer whether or not it will or won't because I don't know, because it honestly just depends on the World Cup mode. Sportsmax says EA should make the journey like My Park so we can rank up offline and online play with your friends, 5v5, 3v3 match with cosmetics for sale. So one discussion I had on Twitter a couple of days ago was about the cosmetics and how, with Battlefield getting away from loot boxes and such, how could FIFA do that? And FIFA is a bit of a weird game because FIFA Ultimate Team anyway, because it poses a problem with going away from the type of content that we have now that we can pay for. So right now you buy packs, and in those packs you get stadiums, kits, balls, badges, contracts, fitness, etc., and players. And the players vary in skill and ability, which in itself is unique to competitive play. When you look at Fortnite, everybody has the same opportunity as everybody else. Okay, you might open a chest and get a grey AR, and I might open a chest and get a blue AR, and now I have an advantage because the blue AR is better than the grey AR. But you getting the blue AR or the grey AR is not dependent on how many packs you opened, on how many hours you spent on the game or anything. You have the same chance, it is just RNG. And so everybody has access to everything in the game that has any competitive aspect, and there's no advantages or disadvantages based on what you have, and it requires your skill set to be good. For example, some people are incredible with a sniper rifle, some people are incredible with a deagle. It's not that someone's really, really good with a sniper and somebody else can have the same sniper and hit the same shot but do 30% less damage. That doesn't exist. The damage is exactly how it is. Shotguns are a little bit of an anomaly there, but generally speaking, the damage structure is exactly the same all the time. In FIFA, that's not the same. You can have Jermaine Defoe as your striker, and he's not going to score the same shots that Prime R9 is going to score. And that's a problem with cosmetics in FIFA. However, I definitely think that EA can go away from this imbalanced gameplay with players being better than others and add in cosmetics. And I talked about what I would like to see from cosmetics, and just as a very, very brief initial thought process, you could have stadiums, kits, badges, balls, the ability to customize things. Like, I said boots would be something. Like, if EA released a unique pair of boots into like a store on Ultimate Team, you go to an item shop in FIFA Ultimate Team and there's unique, like, diamond encrusted boots, right? Yeah, sure, you can't see the boots, right? But if they release them, I would probably still buy them just because I'm that kind of guy. And that's the same thing as people in Fortnite. People buy the gliders, which you only use either at the very, very start of the game or whenever you jump pad. Yeah, so you barely ever see them or use them, and you can only use one per game. People still buy them. And so in FIFA, if EA released a custom kit or some, like what one of the things I said was, imagine some Looney Tunes socks that are long. So you can just put some Looney Tunes socks on your player. It doesn't impact gameplay in any way, shape or form. You can barely see it, but I would still buy it because the cosmetic side of things like that is something that people really go for. So it's of my opinion that there's a lot they could do with cosmetics. As I say, stadiums, kits, badges, balls. And I'm sure if I actually put some time and thought into things, lots of other things would come up with that. One of the things that people got stuck on is, why would I buy a stadium when I can open a pack now and get a stadium? Well, that's the whole point. The game would be transformed, right? It wouldn't, the packs and the content that you purchased now, as we know it, wouldn't exist, and instead you'd buy customized or exclusive content on a day or every other day basis that's released into the store, and that's how you would get your funky things within the game. But the problem that arises still is that FIFA still has this imbalance in gameplay and how the game is played. And because Ultimate Team is about building your Ultimate Team, about building your dream Ultimate Team, I can't ever see a scenario in which EA remove the imbalance and having a Cristiano Ronaldo and then an El Shaarawy and then an Izquierdo as three wildly varying different types of left wings, right? Because if I come onto this game and my Cristiano Ronaldo has exactly the same stats and play style and weak foot and skill moves as your El Shaarawy, I'm going to be like, well, this is terrible. Like, Ronaldo's a better player in real life. He should play better in the game. But that again then comes under the idea of how can they make this competitive when there's that imbalance. So I don't know. It definitely it's a conundrum. It's not an easy. There's not an easy answer. I definitely would love to see more cosmetics in FIFA and less pay to win. Not that I believe pay to win is necessarily an exact science, but definitely the people that got that full icon team at the start of the year in FIFA. I believe, that week that I got Elite 1, week 5 or 6 in Ultimate Team, I did it with a really, really cheap team, and I got 34 wins. I wonder if I had the full icon team at that stage, if I would have ended up getting 36 or 37 wins, and maybe that would have been my first time in Top 100 Weekend League. But obviously, that early, it pays a huge advantage to have those incredible players, because the other kind of players that you're coming up against are just so bad in comparison. At this stage in FIFA, I don't think that's really an argument that could be made, because it's A, so easy to get incredible players, but B, every player is about on the same wavelength now. Like whether it be your new man of the match Gareth Bale or your team of the year Messi, the difference is absolutely minimal between the players, and often the difference is only in the nuances of the skill moves, the weak foot, the work rates, the stamina levels, the composure. Those are the only real differences. The traits, those are the only real differences that make a huge impact at this stage in FIFA, and it's more down to how good are you at the game. With that being said, pay to win, pay to skin, that we could talk about this with regards to FIFA for days on days on days, but I'm not going to. So the last comment that we're going to get to is the King says, has Nep ever been in top 100 with this account? I have, but not in Weekend League, in squad battles. The highest I finished in squad battles was 3rd. I got top 100 around 8 or 9 times in the first 10 weeks that I played it, and then I haven't really played squad battles since. And there was one more comment, which was just set up a pro clubs team with your friends and play against each other's content creator team. Would draw so many views and would encourage more people into the mode, which may get the revamp it needs. I actually disagree with you hugely. Pro clubs just doesn't have the audience, it doesn't have the viewership, and a lot of YouTubers playing it isn't going to be what changes it, as has been proven year on year on year. But as you can see, guys, I wanted to talk more about this, but maybe we'll do it for another video because the time is running out. But we got to 15 wins from our 21 wins from our 25 games, so 21-4, which I was very happy with. But I'm going to go live now, guys. We're going to talk about the team. I'm going to show you the team, show you some stats, and show you where I'm going to go with this team or not, depending on the World Cup mode. I will be right back. Alright guys, so as we go and look into the squad, this is what I started with for most of these games. I tested some formations and stuff in yesterday's Foot Champs games. I went into the 4-4-2-2 to start, the 4-4-2 to start, the 4-1-2-1-2, the 4-2-3-1. I tested a few things, but this is basically a complete untradeable squad with exception of Ter Stegen. I actually sold the Ter Stegen that I had initially wanting to go into a full untradeable squad, and then realised very quickly that I don't have a goalkeeper untradeable other than that Lopez card, but he wouldn't get full chemistry, and so I've decided against it pretty much. But in terms of the stats, Ter Stegen just 17 games, 208 for Zanetti now, 35 for Maldini. Not really played even that much with him since completing him. 17 games for Hummels, 41 games for Wendell, 178 games for Ruud Gullit, and 36 games for Goretzka. I really like this Goretzka card. I find him to be absolutely fantastic. It doesn't necessarily get involved in the goal scoring or goal assisting action, but as like a box-to-box midfielder, he's just brilliant. Tovan, not really effective, just 3 goals and 2 assists in 17 games. Bailey, considerably more effective with 26 goals and 22 assists in 41 games. Prime R9 with just ridiculous stats. You know, this is genuinely all Foot Champs. Maybe one DKT in there. 56 goals and 28 assists in 35 games. And then Serge Gnabry is quite possibly one of the worst players I've used with stats as good as he has. 8 goals and 17 assists is absolutely shocking. Sané, I'm a big fan of. 62 goals and 53 assists in 92 games, which doesn't even look great on the shape of things, but he's used as a sub now for probably the last 30 games. We've also got Aspas, 4 games, 2 goals, 3 assists. Has a better impact off the bench than Gnabry has starting. Kolarov I've even bought on for a couple of games because I think he makes a really good centre mid personally. He's got all the key stats for that, so I bought him on a few games. Volland on for 3 games as well, and I even bought him on as a centre mid because I think he has good stats for a centre mid too. Dele Alli with 32 games, 9 goals, 2 assists. Vertonghen with 63 games, 3 goals, 3 yellows. Kaka with 136 games, 75 goals, 39 assists. Nothing on Lopez, nothing on Kimpembe. 52 games on Callejon with 28 goals and 35 assists. And again, that is mostly just as a substitute, so good return from him. 1 game for Partey, 5, 4 and 3 for Zaha. So everything in this full squad is untradeable with exception of Ter Stegen. And I think that's quite an incredible untradeable squad. And so there are upgrades that I would make to this, depending on how the World Cup goes. If the World Cup's really good, this team will just remain the same. I won't change it. You know, I might make some changes, just do that there and pop him in there because, like I said, you know, Tovan, as good as his stats are, 4-star skill moves, high-low work rates, incredible stats. He just doesn't seem to do anything. He just does. He gets lost in the games. Even when I switch into the 4-1-2-1-2 and play him at cam, he just gets lost in the games. So we can put Sané out there. We can put Aspas out there. We can put Callejon out there. We can put Kevin Volland or Dele Alli out there. Like if I'm willing to play people on 7 chem, I could play centre mid out there on 7 chem as well. They'd also get 7 chemistry in that spot. The other player I want to get rid of is this Serge Gnabry. And I've been debating again going to get Heung-min Son back and playing Son at striker on 7 chem and playing with that, you know, another 5-star weak foot up top because this guy is just woeful. He's genuinely just tragic. I can't explain it. He's just so bad. Which is crazy because his stats are so good other than his composure, but it's not even that he's missing shots. He's just not getting into the position to take the shots, which is the biggest problem. So yeah, you know, Heung-min Son right now is a good price, I feel like, and the same with Kevin De Bruyne. You know, I've bought and sold these guys. For me, these 2 guys are some of my favourites in the game this year in total, in general, should I say. So 410 for Heung-min Son, probably be able to get him at 400,000. That's an incredible price for essentially the best card I'm going to use all year. You know, I love that card, and Kevin De Bruyne is down there as well. I've got 2 million coins right now, which is a good amount of coins. And you know, depending on how quickly, how easily I'm going to be able to get myself the all all the World Cup players, I might come back and buy Son and De Bruyne. I don't know. I don't know what their price is going to be like. I just don't know. I can't really tell until World Cup mode is going to be here. So we're going to be able to get ourselves a Quagliarella, who I could start instead of Gnabry. I just have to, jink the team around a little bit. And then we could also use Marcelo at centre-back instead of Hummels. He obviously has a bit more pace than Hummels, but I've not really felt anything with Hummels' pace, to be perfectly honest. I'm just really happy with my squad right now. Really happy with my squad. We're going to get Gold 2 rewards this week as well. I do believe I finished Gold 2 monthly. I wasn't going for Gold 2 monthly. I was just going for Gold 2 weekly. But yeah, there you go. I literally hit it on the nail. 73 wins from the 91 games played this month, which is great in itself. It's not even that far. It's over half the games in total this month that I played. I know I could have got to Elite 3 if I played all the games monthly. I know I probably could have got to Elite 3 this week if I played all the games. If we look at the current weekly, I had 21 games with 15 left. I had to win about every other game to get Elite 3. I know I can get Elite 3. I know I still have the skill set to get up there. I just don't care enough for it. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you the team. And yeah, the only changes that I would really make to this team would be Gnabry out, Tovan out, although I can use Sané to start anyway, and Hummels out. And I could even get more pace on Hummels if I gave him a shadow card instead of the anchor card that I've got on him. But I find him to be very, very, very good anyway. I could even use, I could use Kimpembe and even sell Ter Stegen. Now, because of how little I play this game, this works. Go and get a shadow on Kimpembe, go and put a chem style on Lopez, and boom. All of a sudden, we've got ourselves another good. Well, this would be a full untradeable squad, and this is a full untradeable squad. I could even put Dele Alli up front here. Start like this with Dele Alli at striker, switch into the 4-1-2-1-2, put Sané and Ronaldo up front, Bailey in at cam, Goretzka and Dele Alli and Hullet in midfield, and Goretzka in at CDM. I've got so many good options, so many good players, but what I'm waiting for is tomorrow's guaranteed SBCs again to see who we pick up, because if we pick up someone massive, that could impact the squad again. And I'm waiting to see the impact of the market when World Cup mode comes out. I don't know how it's going to... Maybe someone like Heung-min Son booms and goes back up to 550, 600k. Maybe plummets even more and goes down to 250, 300k. Only time will tell. I'll know when it's the right time to buy or not. But what I'm looking forward to is throughout the World Cup, as I said, I'm looking forward to spending some time on this account again, playing the hell out of this game again, and generating a whole bunch more coins, and not even caring whether or not we want to buy him or not, because we'll just be able to buy him. This, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.